moving on for now, the US military is now fielding combat technology reverse engineered from Iran. In fact, Washington's newest battlefield edition is a low-cost kamikaze drone modeled on Tehran's Shahed 136. The latest weapon reportedly heading to West Asia and will be part of US military's first one-way attack drone unit based in the region, marking a rare moment where American forces openly adopt the very hardware that has been used against them in the past, reportedly. The US-built drone reportedly mimics the Iranian design almost down to the frame. This move marks a dramatic shift from America's reliance on expensive, time-consuming defense systems. Instead, the military is betting on large numbers of inexpensive, expendable attack drones. The US Secretary of War's initiative, called Drone Dominance, drives this change. The Pentagon has set aside $1 billion over the next 2 years to acquire hundreds of thousands of one-way attack drones from domestic manufacturers. Now, these drones can be transported quickly and deployed with minimal logistical burden. According to reports, the drone looks strikingly similar to the Shahed 136. With a triangular wingspan slightly over 8 feet, the drone uses multiple launch methods from catapults to vehicle-mounted systems, allowing rapid launches from improvised locations. The platform operates autonomously, navigating and identifying targets using onboard sensors and artificial intelligence with little human intervention, and has an estimated flight time of 6 hours, reportedly. The cost is a major factor, reportedly, driving the Pentagon's decision. Each drone reportedly costing around $35,000, far cheaper than the traditional US strike drones like the MQ-9 Reaper, for example, priced at roughly $16 million reportedly per unit. Now, in many battlefield situations, shooting down kamikaze drones costs more than launching them. Reports claiming that the American version includes upgrades not seen on earlier Iranian models, including satellite data links that enable real-time control over vast distances, across vast distances, and the ability to strike moving targets. While swarming capabilities are also believed to be integrated, allowing multiple drones to attack together with mid-flight adjustments from human operators. With these deployments, the Pentagon is signaling a whole new strategic era, one where quantity and adaptability matter as much as sophistication. And the US is now entering the same drone battlefield it once tried to defend against, but this time using Iran's own blueprint, reportedly. On to a major shake-up that has occurred in an upcoming NASA mission. It involves one of Russia's top astronauts. Allegations of illegal handling of sensitive US-based technology reportedly forced a sudden personnel change just months before launch preparations move into high gear. Veteran Russian cosmonaut Oleg Artemyev has been abruptly removed from that SpaceX Crew 12 mission, which is scheduled to fly to the International Space Station in early 2026. Artemyev was originally selected as part of the 4-member team, reportedly, but he is now off the roster and replaced by fellow Russian cosmonaut Andrei Fadeyev. Russia's space agency publicly attributed the switch to Artemyev's transfer to another position, but multiple reports, including in Russian media, claiming that Artemyev allegedly took photos of classified documents and rocket hardware during a visit to a SpaceX facility in California last month. He allegedly then smuggled that information out of the building on his phone. If confirmed, this act would violate the international traffic in arms regulations. a US government system that tightly restricts the sharing of defense-related technologies, including spacecraft components and engineering blueprints. Russia-based investigative outlet, The Insider, reportedly saying that an international investigation is already underway to determine whether Artemyev intended to pass the photographs to a foreign government. Now, so far, officials are not claiming that the information was gathered with the intent to damage the United States. But if the investigators prove that the photos were collected to benefit another country, the case would escalate into espionage, just to put it simply. Oleg, remember, has completed 3 previous missions to the International Space Station and spent 560 days in space, including 8 spacewalks lasting over 53 hours. The 2026 mission, though, would have marked his first flight aboard the SpaceX Dragon capsule. A brutal wall of Arctic air charging south. A once-in-200 years freeze is about to hit the United States. More than 200 million people bracing as the polar vortex unleashes its coldest assault in modern history. Our next report getting you the complete story.
Brace for the coldest blast in over 2 centuries. A massive polar vortex, a swirling storm of Arctic air, is gripping the U.S. with brutal intensity. This week, millions from the Midwest to the Northeast face temperatures colder than any recorded since the 1800s. The mercury is plunging towards new lows, threatening to rewrite weather history for a staggering 235 million Americans. Thermometers dipping to bone-chilling lows as the polar vortex's icy winds move southwards. Historic records set during America's 19th century, winters may be eclipsed in places like Chicago, Detroit, and Boston. This is not just a freeze, it's the most extreme cold seen this season. Experts say that the reason behind this unusual freeze is the polar vortex. It is a circular current of strong winds high in the atmosphere over the Arctic that keeps brutally cold air locked up in that region. Weather experts say that it has weakened and slid southward towards the mid-latitudes, spilling cold Arctic air into heavily populated areas.
On to Myanmar now. It has officially become the world's main source of illicit opium. The United Nations saying Myanmar's opium poppy cultivation has hit a decade record level. With early indications, its heroin output is now being trafficked to Western markets. War-ravaged Myanmar is a hive of black market activity ranging from illegal mining to internet scamming and the manufacturing of illicit drugs like meth and heroin. And wartime hardship as well, forcing Myanmar's poor farmers to cultivate the crop. Myanmar has long ranked among the world's top opium poppy producers, but it has also claimed the top spot only after the Taliban began cracking down on opium cultivation and trade in Afghanistan. And now analysts are saying that illicit activities are key income sources, funding the civil war which has racked Myanmar since the military snatched power in that 2021 coup. According to the UN Office on Drugs and Crime report, this year alone, opium poppies were farmed on more than 53,000 hectares of Myanmar soil, recording the largest territory since 2015. The agency's yearly Myanmar opium survey said after the Afghanistan crackdown, there are emerging signs that heroin traffic from Southeast Asia reaches markets traditionally not supplied from the region. The UN report cited a cumulative 60-kilogram haul of suspected Myanmar origin heroin seized from airline passengers traveling from Thailand to the European Union. In 2024 and early 2025, the UN noting that while the scale is not yet significant, the changed environment could encourage more cultivation and production of opium in Myanmar. Opium poppies were farmed extensively across Myanmar well before the country's civil war, but drug monitors are saying the current conflict has supercharged the black market for drugs. With a weak central government, industrial infrastructure destroyed by fighting, and the soaring poverty levels there spiking the desperation. Myanmar's junta has waged offensives this year ahead of an election slated to start on December 28th, a vote dismissed by many observers as a ploy to disguise the continuing military rule there. In fact, the report noting how instability drives farmers towards tending opium poppy, further intensifying the conflict. Conflict acts as a two-way for the drug economy. According to the lead analyst at that UN body, who also said that opium poppy cultivation was one way both farmers and armed groups could actually make money during the war. While opium poppy farms had expanded in size by 17% from 2024, the report noted that this year's yield was largely static at around 1,000 tons. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.